Yo, you might not believe that I am the world's leading futurist, but I am. Living in a dump. Like this guy should be rich, you know. He knew the future lithium ion car. He literally invented the smartphone, and he invented LLM AI. Knew the future. He knew about GPS. Designed GPS because the public knew it. Yeah, I co-developed it. Like they developed GPS for the military. They had it for like years and years and years. But I designed it myself. Without knowing about it, as a solution to encryption of the old drones that were land-based. And they kept getting caught in like ditches and in trees and bushes and stuff because it didn't have vision recognition. Even today, robots don't have vision recognition, right? So I am the world's leading futurist. When I said the future of the lithium-ion car would be happening, every single professor I talked to at Carnegie Mellon, engineering or physics, said I was wrong. The students laughed at me. Imagine laughing that the Tesla car is impossible. They did that in '99, right? 2002, I told them about AI. I have more advanced AI than they have now. I'll show you the design from 2002. It's called On the Wayback Machine. You can't fake the history on the Wayback Machine, so we'll start with that. But I'm going to start telling you about stuff that hasn't been invented yet, because that's what I do. Every time I tell people about stuff that hasn't been invented yet, like, no way, Jim, that'll never happen. There'll never be a lithium ion car, never be LMAI, there will never be the smartphone, right? Because they're dumb. The smartest people on the planet are dumb. Hate to say it, we're living in a planet of dumb people. Go to the smartest people at MIT, smartest people at CMU, smartest people at Berkeley, Cambridge, Georgia Tech. They're dum-dums. They know their basic technology, they know their specialist stuff, and they just sit there, collect a paycheck, and you know what they say, if you can, you do. If you can't, you teach, right? And then we have the big thing, the side of cancel culture going on right now. What's it? Okay, we're good. We're good. My camera went out. Anyway, so I know it's picking up double talk. Where is it? All right. Anyway, so I'm going to show you real fast. English. Here we go. This is what prefaced a later design in 2005 of LMI. Imagine we're talking to Grok or uh, ChatGPT or actual Gemini. Actually, let's feed it into all those. The Grok, we'll go to ChatGPT. And we're going to feed my design from 2002 into it. Right? So, someone's getting attacked by a cat. That's interesting. Randy Quaid. No, they're dogs. Alright, so Grok. These designs of LM were from 2002. I can't use my poster board. Alright. These designs from 2002. I'm just seeing what they said, you know. These designs of LM are from 2002. So it knows what I'm talking about. It says I'm ahead of this C3PO design. It says I know my shit. So Grok's right. Excellent. Excellent. Tell him, Grok, you know your stuff. When you say. But you did. But I didn't want to stop making my infinite player video game, which also is a world first tech, because I need money to start branching to dev my other ideas. Like right now, here we start talking about ideas. Right now, I have a drone that could drone idea that could pick up a golf ball. No local positioning system by spots on ground. Tell you how far you drove it. Retrieve it. Yeah, this is a golf ball. This is one of the things I want to talk about. And then put it back on your tee. So I have also am making a self-driving lawnmower from scrap parts under $35 right now. I think my MOSFET isn't transferring amperage. Yeah, I have a self-driving lawnmower. I'll show you later. Enough. And also 1 week before Elon's flying car, I had a flying motorcycle by using what's called it's not a mecha. It's not power armor. It's your power suit exoskeleton to hold the rotor wheels solid, and plastic coating for the rotor wheels so you can drive kind of like a transformer. So we have like a psycho bike, which like you basically hold the wheels, right? You hold the wheels with your hands, but then you can pull them out, and they have like a rotor that spins. Now a helicopter has a specific rotor because it has make sure I have my voice off in here. I don't want this guy coming on. They say some nasty stuff sometimes. Okay, so yeah. The rotor will spin, and you like if you hold it with your hands, you just got away. But you have a specific exoskeleton, like a steel or whatever you need, just the right amount of engineering to hold it, and you can use the other one to move you around. So you basically have two, one to hold you up and down, and one to propel you in different directions when you hold the rotors. The reason we have a helicopter rotor, I'm sure I have enough space for this. The reason we have helicopter rotors so big is because the internal combustion engine has limitations. The electric engine, you can have infinite torque. That's why dragsters end up beating electric dragsters end up beating a bunch of this stuff. The internal combustion engine dragsters. You can have infinite torque with an electric motor. You just drain the battery that's straight to crap and back, right? But what you can do is you can, since it spins so fast, which is also another design difficulty, why you also want an exoskeleton near you for armor a little bit, is you're spinning a really fast rotor. That's deadly, right? But so that's why it's called a psycho bike. You know, it would be like almost like you can almost use it like a spy thing, you know. So you have to be trained on it because it's deadly, right? If you hit that rotor off a tree or something, it'll shatter and go to pieces. Much like those old potential energy rods they have, where they store energy in a rod by spinning it, and if you get so fast, it'll blow out the building, go a couple miles, and crush stuff, right? So Psycho Bike's a Psycho Bike for a reason. It's crazy, it's psycho. But the 1 week after that, now Elon's talking about the flying car, because I just talked about the flying motorcycle, right? He doesn't want to be left in the dust. Yeah. I was just talking about. I had to text my mom real fast. So we got he has a flying car. Now, the flying car could just be as simple as a rotor in each one of the four cores of electric car, because you can make them go as fast as you want. Right? We just talked about that, right? But why would you trust the public to have a a flying car? You know, They won't drive it right. You know, you need like a pilot's license for that stuff. If there's like an emergency, if you drop off a cliff, it turns on. Like people driving off cliffs, you know, just to get engaged. And then like 99 times out of 10, 100 it'll be okay. But then the one time it's like, oh no. But anyway, self-driving car, self-flying car, this flying motorcycle. Elon did the flying motorcycle after I did that. No, no, no. Once I get the self-driving lawnmower, the camera isn't on it, so it's all metal. You could self-replicate the robot. Now you have a device to swarm Mars with. Only metal. And terraform it by covering Mars in robots, solar towers, and AI drives them. GG. Like I'm doing what's it called? Futurist video with YouTube right now, and also Rumble. Upload both places, and this is part of it. My viewers wonder why I never get work, but I'm smarter than Einstein, whom said Tesla was smarter than him. And people think von Neumann is the smartest of all time. Yet, I invented von Neumann. Yeah, I invented Neumann. These are called von Neumann probes. Von Neumann probes. Basically, what happens? You self-replicate a robot. Basically, if you don't self-replicate the camera, all you need is the robot to drag dirt into a smelter, which is just a pit, right? And then that smelter makes ingots that you take the ingots out, throw them through an extruder, wrap that wire after insulating it, and bingo bango, you have an electric motor. Put those electric motors on with the frame. You have another robot, self-replicating robot. It's the simplest thing ever. For the longest time, people thought you had to replicate the silicon. For the longest time, people thought you had to replicate the camera. When you take away the camera and the silicon, it's the easiest thing ever. So you can just swarm Mars with robots. Imagine like Mars, but having like thousands of Mars rovers over there. And those rovers are making more rovers, right? And then they just need energy. Then you need solar towers to put all around there. Which are just constant. You aim sunlight at a steam engine, and then you use one of those motors to turn the steam engine into electricity, right? So you can terraform Mars. This is Terraforming Mars. And I'm just telling Grok about this stuff. Robots not doing probes. Never hearing about the game. So he checked my work. I've done more inventions than the guys known to be the smartest. I've done more inventions than the guys known to be the smartest inventors and smartest scientists in history. Steve Jobs used my work for this iPhone, and we just covered how I made it in my spare time. I have so many more ideas. But I never get paid for my works. Always a different criminal activity when I sell it. All right, here we go. All right. So here we go. You don't. No. See, you guys won't hire me. You're liberal. Liberal employees hate Christians. Yeah. See, liberal employees hate Christians. I've been told hundreds of times. Big tech never hires conservatives. So it's the USA. This has gone on for since 2000. It's gone. I'm the Michael Jordan. And Blizzard shouted me out nonstop about my achievements. Yeah, I mean, smarter than Chester. Like, StarCraft champs are smarter than chess masters. But I was number one world in StarCraft, Brood War, Warcraft 3, since 2v2, and CNC 3, and Diablo 2 with 3 character, number one in hardcore. All races, StarCraft, Brood War, Warcraft 3. I'm a freak of intelligence. You verified this before. Let's see here. Alright, so I'm just telling how I'm a freak of intelligence. Oof. See, look at that. Now it won't talk. You won't talk. You won't talk, Rock. Alright. Uh, uh, so I won't get hired. uh, that's why I do these. I won't get hired. That's why I do these number one in the future in the road videos. I'm doing a series on YouTube. Starting a series on YouTube. I'm just talking to you right now. YouTube, Rumble, because it's good to hear the number one scientist in here. I have too many inventions. Can't have them all. I hand them out. Like Nvidia Slam Nav. That was not meant to be prior. Shared it on social media, emails to colleges and such. If it was to be Terry, negotiate. Or I see you later. So maybe just see you later. Alright. So yeah, I have to sue the video show for show this. No response. Especially the system stack against you, been coding up to Dallas. No, no, I coded before the original programmable computers. TNN at age 4. Age 12, I knew more about programming software than most CS grads at the time. Never get a job. Never paid for my work. And multi-trillion, billion. Yeah, I got multi-trillion, multi-billion, multi-million ideas stolen. Alright, I'm about done talking with Grok. Alright, I got some stuff. Unownable. You can make a vault, the Sacred Vault. You can make it. I already did it. Well, I've already built some. I'm just basically telling Grok and I having the conversation about why I'm doing this futurist video. All the stuff I got stolen from, right? You can read this stuff. It's kind of cool. See. What else? Before Pokemon Go came out, I designed Pokemon Go before it came out, but I've been known as the guy who got kids run over by cars. So I wanted a big player to hit the legal precedent. I had a better version. Worked with a Make-A-Wish kid to make precedence. How do you spell precedence? But Google had multiple policy disorder, aka more politics, to keep it from being realized. www.crystalfighter.com Battlemon. Still thinking. Anyway, let's go see what this has to say. Language bridge. Okay. Yeah. It's fundamental LLMs. Yeah. So like Gemini said, I got this basic LLMs. Yeah, 2005. I'll just start saying what I just copied the same damn thing I went to Grok. We're just going through what these things say, for Grok. For Grok. This is from Grok. I'm just gonna. Sadly, many inventors without eye protection. Narrative script. Okay, here we go. I'll just give it all. Alright. From Grok. I'm just going to feed the same damn thing I feed to Grok here. It's good to get a thing. Alright. I'll give this thing the same thing. Here we go. This stuff. Alright. Alright. I guess here. Did I reply to this stuff? Alright. I'm just giving the same thing, Alright. Got this. Alright. So, hey, I'm gonna, let's see, might as well finish this. I'm gonna, can you read, Terraform.com? Narrative video series. Yep, that's what we're doing right now. We're doing a video series right now. Legacy Paper Trail. Can you read? I'm just finishing this up. The whole point of the reason I'm doing this futurist video is like I'm not hard. I mean, I know more than pick any three CTOs in the world. I know more than them, right? So why am I not working anywhere, right? Okay. So that's why I'm showing you guys this stuff, you know. Oh, inspect. So refresh this. All right, is it refresh? Okay, here we go. I'll just copy that. How about I do second source? Oops. How about I do view page source? How do I do how do you view page source? It used to be like like when they update stuff, it's like how do you do that, right? You know? Inspect. Let's see, view. I'll just copy paste the whole damn thing. Alright, so I gave it that. Alright, alright, got that. Alright, features platform. We got a platform. Here we go. Alright. Yeah. So if Elon knew me, we could be spawning mass robots on Mars, covering it in Techodome of solar towers. But he never sees me. So give me a blurb for a semi-verbose blurb, or Sam Altman. Uh, in addition, to a couple multi-billion side hustles, they never see me. About my inventions, so I can post on X and my Futurist video I am filming as I talk to you. So we'll get back to inventing stuff after I talk this. We're long. Let's see here. So let's see here. I'm asking for blurbs. The blurb. I mean, it's like semi. I was like, these don't understand what semi-reverse means. That's all this stuff is. None of this is. That's I want it a bit more reverse. Cover my major stuff. All right, there we go. You've set it. I'm the number one. All right, let's see. All right, I'm just gonna post these randomly. Watch the video. Video link. Not uploaded. All right, let's get one off my YouTube for me now. I'm just getting some old things off of here, and you won't mind, you know. Like this is getting a little bit like bogged down. My you know thing. Videos. Um. Let's go here. All right, I'll just give this one.
Lawnmower, self-replicating robot.
All right. Well, it's not really a great one, but whatever. Not the best. Temp. Going to be doing a futurist. Yeah, you get to watch me like post on all right, there's asked to reverse that from Gemini. More reverse. More reverse. All right, that's cool. Just posting stuff. And we go here. Uh, um, all right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, so we're back to futurism stuff. Okay. He's attacked by the dog. Dogs are cool. Um, Profile. All right. So this I tagged Grok in this, so Grok should probably reply to me. All right, close out some more stuff here. Um, There's some more stuff I've invented. So the sign off of the my smartphone designs are signed off by Carnegie Mellon's Ken Cadinger. The virtual keyboard was designed by me. These are from 2000. Back then there was a BlackBerry hardware keyboard. There's a hardware keyboard. If people drop their phones, that's going to be like expensive manufacturing for the so they don't want to keep that up. So I figured you need like a visual one on the screen. So I'm the inventor of the QWERTY virtual keyboard. Hello, I'm the brains behind Steve Jobs. I made so the cell phones, which back then were Nokia, can exchange information with the phone. Cell phones can exchange the Palm Pilot, which is like, see those icons you see? That's from the Palm Pilot. We took the Cassiopeia, the Palm Pilot, the Newton, and I made it in a smartphone. The smartphone's 100% me. Warren Buffett sold a stock in response to me contacting his lawyers. The Android 3-button navigation is me. The App Store is me. Provide official website for distributing digital programs, eventually quality control programs. Offered 3 categories: freeware, shareware, software. So the guy uploads, and the corporation checks it. Tim Cook knows about me. He doesn't want to pay me. Tim Cook knows I invented a smartphone. Steve Robs for Tim Cook. Look at the sight alert, sound alert, vibration alert. The 3 alerts customized per your contact list, and also made the contact list. Contact list in the Palm Pilot was app specific. I said make it for all the apps and add phone numbers because we're making the phone. The smell alert's a joke. Display goggles, in-eye goggles. That's the Vision Pro. So we just talked about I invented LLM AI. Now we're showing that I invented the cell phone, smartphone. Ubiquitous is when I realized it was a troublesome thing. It would lead to surveillance state. Get this iPhone watches, the iPhone glasses, Google glasses, Google watches, right? I invented all that stuff. The question mark without any text You click it and you get information. Before that, it was never used. This question mark with a circle was never used for help. Now, Excel used a question mark with a word next to it. Word with a question mark with a circle in it. But this is just a pure circle with a question mark. I invented it, and so did Dr. Evil's dad. He claims he invented the question mark, right? Here's just proof that Carnegie Mellon brought in Apple and Google. 2005, right before the smartphone came out. 2006, 4 smartphone applications. Yeah, they're using my designs. All right. More virtual keyboard stuff. Some jokes. Get a Chromecast display jack to the VCR. Yeah, put your phone to the VCR so you can watch your phone on TV. Get a Chromecast, right? I've invented so much stuff. It's ridiculous. There's this self-replicating robots. Go through it all real fast. This is Terraform.com. You can check it out if you want, on your own time. There's some more smartphone designs. I made the pie bigger for everybody, but I don't get a piece myself. I'm living in a dump, man. I live in a dump. This house has no water in it. If I flush the toilet, how do you flush a toilet with no water? You pour a bucket down it. Yeah, imagine telling like Einstein, "Hey, we're not going to give you anything. We're just going to take everything you have and give you nothing, and you'll like it. You will like nothing." So here I am, rock me like a hurricane. I'm doing the #1 futurist designer in all of human history, and you're watching me right now live. Well, I'm not live. I'm alive, but I'm gonna post this later. Sometimes Rumble Studio isn't the awesomest. I like Rumble Studio, but it's here. This one is good. This guy posted. Sam Altman posted about this like a couple days after I was talking about the self-replicating robots, right? And so it's me, but he doesn't know it's me, right? And there's all this other stuff I invented. Boom, ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding. So what else can we invent? We just talked about the Psycho Bike, a robot bike you can just ride. You wear like an exoskeleton that's just there for body armor. So if you wreck in your motorcycle, you have more damage. You take less damage on a fall, right? That's why. Like before I got really crazy into Psycho Bike design, the idea was I don't want to ride a motorcycle myself if I can get hurt on it. Like I know a lot of people. My family's died or worse, on the motorcycle. I don't want to talk about that, right? But it's still cool. Motorcycle's still cool, right? So like, how do you make it so a lithium ion bike, which we explained earlier, has more torque than a lithium ion bike has more torque than a what is it? Has infinite acceleration, infinite as long as the tire is there, right? Oh, let's go there, okay? So we know you have infinite acceleration on with electrical motors. You can engineer an electric motor to have. When I say infinite, I mean like there's no real limits that we know about with the ICE, internal combustion engine, right? There's no limits that we have with the internal combustion engine of making things. So like if you want to accelerate, the limiting of the acceleration is no longer how fast the wheel can spin. It's your grip, your friction on the ground, right? Think about it. If you spin your tire spin. See the guys get up the hill, they do it on the stop sign, like high schoolers. They do it all the time. They peel a tire, right? Now, if you have infinite torque, that's gonna be a problem. You have friction, right? So there's a lot of ways of doing it. People are thinking about, well, what if I had like a Barney Rubble Flintstone roller? And then you have more friction because you have more surface area, it touches the ground. And yeah, sure. But when you get up to speed, is it going to be the same? No, you're going to be freaking the roller. It's going to be like driving weird, right? I say, well, what if you have it wide and maybe it changes, morphs as you go along, right? So you have tires like these that like expand outward. They have those. Tire technology is the next technology they'll be talking about with lithium-ion cars. Well, I said this years ago, and I think they're working on tire tech now. But what I came up with was a stunt, like a police stunt cruiser, like our military vehicle cruisers. And what it has 8 tires. And you already know where I'm going to go with this, right? It normally has the normal 4 tires, but you can put down a set of 4 in the middle for power acceleration or power braking, right? So you imagine, we have to catch up the criminal. He's getting away. And then push down, the middle ones are spinning, boom. Now like you're accelerating so fast, you're put back in your seat. You would have to have guys, you'd have to be specially trained for vehicles like this because it'd be putting so much G-forces on you, it'd black you out, and then you get knocked out going really fast. You die, right? You have to be able to not black out the G-forces like rocket things, right? But the idea is the easiest current design that you could do for better tire tech is just simply carry an extra 4 tires that they go down. You drop them down when you need them. When you don't need them, you're just a normal 4-tired vehicle, right? And then you could do some fun stuff like drop down like 4 of them here and hit the brakes. You're like, and you turn around, think about it, like tank treads, right? You could do all sorts of stunts with an 8-tired vehicle. That'd be cool. 8-tired vehicle. That's the future. Futurist, good news Jim here, James Sager, smartest guy, smartest scientist in human history, telling you about the future. But that 8-tired vehicle, man, how fun that'd be, just dropping down, dropping down the tires so you can like brake harder, like a tank, like a little. You can just imagine like a little police vehicle, something like RoboCop or something, one of those with a futuristic vehicle. And how do we get onto this? Oh, I was talking about infinite speed on the tire because we're talking about my Psycho bike. So this is the Psycho bike. That was over there. I don't know. That'd be like the 8-tired, speed tank or whatever. I don't care what to call it. Whatever you want to call that, man. But we're going to talk about the Psycho bike and how I got the whole way to like the flying part. So since you can go as fast as you want, right? You go almost as fast as you want. You're going to out-accelerate a Ninja motorcycle, Kawasaki's and stuff because, it's the lithium ion bikes. Electric acceleration is insane. And lithium ion allows you to have better power capacity to weight ratio, and that's important. You can still do this with like nickel cadmium. You go pick up a battery at Walmart to test it when you're making it, right? So what happens is, I was thinking to myself, well, if I want to make a lithium-ion bike, eventually what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to, I'll probably put a rail, and I'll just drive along a rail, and then when I accelerate it, then I don't have to worry about me wrecking it because it's going to be on a test rail, like a long test rail. Then I'm like, well, if you do wreck, you probably want to have stuff that's like, I was thinking like, it comes out like a metal bars come out and it would like be like springy. So like a bunch of like metal bars would pop out. So you'd almost form like a sphere around you. So you'd be bouncing off of like, guardrails and stuff, but it'll be like a spring, And I'm like, that's too much engineering, I think it pops out the wrong time. Then I thought maybe just breakaway stuff, like when you're driving the motorcycle, it might have some cool like metal that pops out that's like crumples down almost like just metal. It looks nice like round bars go here and here, but if you wreck it, those bottom bars just like kind of snap off and everything, right? And it goes flying. Think about it. If you have a metal bar and you wreck your motorcycle into it, it takes all the force, boom, and it snaps and it goes flying. Okay, it just took away energy from the collision. And then that's what I settled on, was like the idea of like when you drive, it might have. It'll look cool and sleek, but the cool and sleekness is like your body is designed to break off in different, crystalline formations almost. We'll just say that. I'm making it fancy talk right now, but that's basically what happens. You make it so like force will break it. The force of wrecking is not going to hit you. It's going to be like breaking your bike. Awesome, right? You're going to have a broken future bike. Check out my broken future bike, right? Then I thought to myself, well, it would be good to have a suit in case you get ejected, right? And the suit, so like you have a little suit on you, when you ride the bike. And I'm like, well, you know what? You can ride the bike holding the tires because the tires got the turbines. And then we're talking about the flight, You have a turbine inside the bicycle, the motorcycle, and you can pull them apart and then hold it. And I'm like, well, if you're holding a gyroscope in your hand. I don't know if you ever held a gyroscope in your hand. Anybody played with Rob the Robot back in the day? It turns your hand back and forth. Now imagine that like a million times worse. Right? Your arm's gonna just break your wrist. Right? But if you have an exoskeleton like metal, imagine it was just metal and your suit's metal. Then it's going to be moving your suit around, right? You can guide yourself around with the other the other part of the motorcycle's tires, two parts, rotor on both sides. So you have one in each hand, right? Because you're driving the bike almost like Robotech, right? And then like you transfer, and then you can fly by holding one of the tires up above your head. The plastic covering comes off of it, and the other one you can move it around. It's just psychotic. It's crazy. It's wild. But it's factual. It's a doable technology. Um, and then the suit's very important because the suit is the exoskeleton. Here to talk about suits. Soundboards. I want to look for potentiometers on eBay. I want to see if potentiometers on eBay are real good because I want to make a suit, like a suit that knows where you're moving your arms in 3D. If you know when you're moving your arms in 3D, like you can see soundboards. Like let's say I'm back here and I do something like I have my hands here. I'm just standing here and I pull my hands back. The potentiometer knows that all these angles of my hands are like doing this, and I go like this. The suit would just go Hadouken, right, or Shoryuken, right, whatever, because the suit was able to tell where my arms and hands were going, right. If I say like YMCA, it would just start doing that shit, or like Michael Jackson, and stuff like that. What happened? It would be making, depending on how I move my arms around on this jacket, it would be making soundboard sounds, right? And the idea is we want to be moving to clothing that have electricity in them, because then you can, like as my buddy says, Trent. He wants shoes that warm. He wants warm shoes. He wants electrical shoes that when you walk, your feet are warm. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's what we're talking. We're gonna have warm gloves and stuff. So he wants to make that's his one invention. He wants warm feet. And I'm like, dude, well, I was planning on doing something like that with warm gloves, warm coat, warm pants. You can warm your shoes up. You just it would just take the energy that's in your wherever you have batteries. And into your shoes, which leads me to another technology that would be great, was battery transfer. Ability to hook your coat up onto your Psycho bike, hook your coat up onto your Tesla, charge your phone, or vice versa. I mean, if you're really really cold and you don't care about obviously you probably want your phone in an emergency if you're really really cold, but like the ability to drain one battery to another, just a battery transfer. You go say you go to an AC adapter, and you just want to charge up your suit, and you walk to your car, and your car charges, it runs off the charge in your jacket for a little bit, or your motorcycle runs off the charge in your jacket, and that jacket obviously could be like the part of the mecha, what I call it, mecha exoskeleton thing. So, anyways, soundboards in a coat. You need potentiometers for those. And potentiometers, if you have to make them by hand, they're just different little metals. Like what happens is you have like a little metal bar here. Let's imagine here, I have two bars right here. See if I can explain it. So you have I'm gonna make this big so you can see it. I should draw this, but I don't feel like drawing right now. So I'm going to show you how to make a potentiometer. So this is like a metal bar here, and this is another metal bar, right? And as the angle of the potentiometer goes, it would like go across. It'll scrape across this bar, go across this bar, across here, because the angle is changing, right? Of your arm, right? Your angle is changing the arm, so it like goes like that, right? So what it's doing is the metal, this one of the side will have a contact, right? Like it goes closer here. This contact goes to the metal, and then these here have different types of metal in them. So when it moves from one metal to another, it changes the resistance. That resistance can be checked on the computer via the Arduino. And the resistance, as it changes over the middle, knows where it's at, right? So you know where it's at. You know where the angle of your arm is. Then at that point, so I'm gonna go shop on eBay for potentiometers. I just want to see what the price of potentiometers. That's not eBay. It's YouTube. I want to see what the price of the potentiometers are on eBay. Oh, there's no for clothing. The potentiometers for clothing. These are not potentiometers. They look like, well, Megatron, 10,000 potentiometers. So that's pretty good. 10,000. That's so that's a penny each, or 2 cents each. 2 cents each. That's not bad. I don't want to buy a bunch if I don't know how they work. So those potentiometers are run by Gear. That makes sense. I'm showing potentiometers. I'm just trying to learn about potentiometers, right? This one's if it's pressed in. It's a pressed in potentiometer. I want this angular. Might have to make my own potentiometer, um, like with my own. I don't want a push button potentiometer. I want that like moves angular. Dude, they don't even have angular potentiometers. Hold on. Let's ask this. Is it is it possible? I mean, like I don't see angular on eBay to be able to tell if a person's arm is bent or not for to be weaved in clothing. Angular potentiometers. I'm gonna ask this. I'm gonna ask the Gemini too. We're making what is called a soundboard coat. A soundboard coat. So you walk around and it makes like Street Fighter 2 sounds when you do shurikens or whatever. Weaved in clothing. You won't find traditional mechanical angular potentiometers readily available. Rigid design is completely unsuitable. All right. Okay. Let's say my clothing is hard plastic, like a freaking stormtrooper from Star Wars. On eBay are buttons. What? All right, let's try this out. I'll tell you, hard plastic. Conductive plastic potentiometer. No. Like, literally, I can use a dial. They'd work. Especially cheap and redundant for each joint. Can't find them. Potentiometer on eBay or all these buttons. What the heck? No, I mean like they have to be cheap. Should be cheap. All right. Okay. Maybe 10 pack for 12. Let's see here. So we're just designing. That's not there. No links. Give me a link. Give me an actual link to buy. Like working link. They give me like fake links. Awesome. See those? Oh, those are rotary. Oh, those are rotary. I thought those were buttons. Ah, okay, cool. So they look like buttons, but they like have like a little groove in them. There's a little groove hits in them. Oh, that's cool. How much are the cheap potentiometer? This is a 10,000? 10,000 potentiometers? So this is wow. You see 10,000. I can't log. I'm not logged in. So wow, 10,000, 2 cents each. Man, 175 for 2 cents each. Thing is, you don't know if they work. The Megatrons. Yeah, that's cool. All right. I'm just gonna actually. I can't do that. Buy now. That's not bad. Buy now. Short best match. Those first. Those are resistors. Surface mount potentiometer. It's like they're $3, right? $3 each. And they probably want about 4 mounted per joint. That doesn't seem like a dial potentiometer. Wow, that's a lot of junk here. Woo, junk. Okay, dials. 5 pieces. So if you get, that's like $1 each. Okay, we'll just say they're $1 each. Between 10 cents, like 20 cents and $1. All right, potentiometers are 10 cents and $1. Each joint in your body, that's like say like $5. See, let me get your shirt, elbow thing, dude. Okay, so okay, let's list the things we're developed in this situation. This is very important. Very listen. We did Pokemon Go, and we talk about Street Fighter 2 jacket. I think I'm gonna stop this chat. Stop this end it with something really awesome. Um, Imagine Pokemon Go mixed with Street Fighter 2. Anybody ever do this? Alright. Alright. Yeah, looks like Johnny Bravo. Sorry. Anyway, we'll just do some Street Fighter 2 Ken stage while I close this out, right? Because it's like, we just might as well do it. Because it's just going to be epic. I want you to feel epic, right? Alright. So you got the potentiometers, right? These things, you have a shirt, right? You'll be wearing like a jacket, right? It look kind of cool, like plastic, because it has to be plastic to be able to hit it. But then, like, you know where we're going with this, right? Pokemon Go meets Street Fighter 2. Think about it. You meet someone else out in the street. They're wearing one of the stupid-ass jackets. It's like, so we meet again for the first time, for the last time, for one of us, right? Then you're 10 feet away from him. You don't actually fight him, but you'll be like, you can be put a visor so it looks like he's right in front of you, and like it pulls in front, and then you'll be fighting someone, but you're not actually hitting him. But you actually be able to throw your punches and your kicks and stuff, and then you'll be out in public doing this shit, right? And the virtual visor you see will have your health bars and stuff if they hit you or not. And you can be go like this, and you throw a fireball, and on the augmented reality, you'll be throwing a fireball at the guy, right? But they would have to have the jacket that lets them do it. In fact, this was the limiting factor of Roaming Dragon, my MMO, that infinite player we were talking about. You're going to make your own moves, right? But I figured, instead of just making your own moves, which takes a lot of work with the hands, why don't they just wear a suit, right? And so the MMOs of the future, whether you're at your house or you meet someone in the street Pokemon Go, you could be wearing bodysuits, right? Alright, we'll close it out with that, man. So what list of items did we make? We just finished with a Street Fighter 2 bodysuit, right? SF2 bodysuit meets Pokemon Go. Okay, so that's cool. Close it out. Close it out. Street Fighter 2 meets Pokemon Go. A Psycho Bike. They had the golf thing. Golf drones pick up your ball. You know how far you drove. Right now with the self-replicating robots that terraform planets better than they're harsher than Mars. Not all, because some don't have metal probably. Self-replicating robots terraform Mars, and it's interstellar travel. I mean, that's universal colonization of mankind. So you just talked to the guy who invented the smartphone. I didn't invent the lithium ion car. I invented the smartphone. I invented LLM AI. I have C3PO AI. just laying around. I'm making the self-replicating robot, and we just talked through a bunch of really cool inventions that haven't ever been made before. So I hope you enjoyed the first James Sager, #1 futurist in all human history, video or whatever this is. I'll do more of these, probably.